Hello, replay viewers. This is Benita Charles. I am a New York vocalist, and I'm here for another episode of Singing Tips. Every week I give singing tips to beginner singers to help them become professional. And I hope that you are having a wonderful, wonderful weekend. I hope that all your dreams are coming true. I hope you're having a relaxing time. I'm here in New York. It's a little chilly, but it's a beautiful winter evening. Hello. Thank you for joining. I see I have some people joining. Come on in. I am New York vocalist Benita Charles, and every week I give singing tips to Who's That Egg. I like that name. Thanks for joining. And where are you guys? Where are you guys in the world? I'm here in New York City, beautiful New York City. Every week I come on and I give some singing tips to beginner singers. And I usually have a theme. The theme that we've been working on has been image. But today I wanted to share, how do I get a better vibrato? Well, that's something that you can work with a teacher, a certified teacher that can help you with techniques and can help you find your vibrato. I also would say practice, just practice and just, but I think that for technique, you might want to find a teacher to help you with technique. Now, what I do is, in terms of my singing tips, it's more so performance tips and business tips, not necessarily technique. Now, that's something that, you can get, like I said, through a certified instructor. But my tips is mainly just about how to prepare yourself and certain steps you need to take business-wise as well as performance and preparing your talent. But today I wanted to share just an experience that happened to me in an audition recently in hopes that you can learn some lessons that I learned. So I had an audition for an event band this past week. I prepared for the audition. I had to learn a couple of songs that I didn't know. I prepared for it, but I had so much self-doubt that I almost didn't go through with it. And I wanted to just kind of share that with you and encourage you that if you're going through something similar, what you should do. So, as I said, I prepared for the audition. I had to learn some songs, but I didn't feel confident. Like, I didn't feel 100%. Even though I did work, I even paid for a rehearsal studio to go in and practice, because it's hard for me to sing out in my apartment, and I need to be able to sing out. And I worked as hard as I could, but I don't know. I just felt like, I'm not good enough, And I don't know if any of you ever go through that, where you feel like I'm not good enough. But you are good enough, and if you work hard and you have a goal, there's nothing that you can't do. And I mean, it was so funny because I just almost talked myself out of even doing it. And that's why I wanted to share this with you, because, it's not going to always be perfect. It's not going to always be the way you want it. But you know what? You still have to see it through. And I was, debating on whether I should do it. I almost didn't do it. I mean, I was feeling like, I don't know if I should, maybe I shouldn't. And then I thought, you know what? It's going to be a good experience no matter what. I'm going to learn something from it. And, so I was thinking, just for the experience alone, it's worth doing, because I haven't auditioned in a while, and I need to get myself out there. And I mean, that's how you get work. You have to audition a lot of times. It's not just handed to you. If you want to get paid work, you have to audition. And, it was to the point, okay, I will. But it was to the point where I almost just didn't go. So I forced myself to go. And then I was sitting at the audition thinking, okay, you know what? I'm not going to do this. I can just leave. And I almost left. But I said, no, I'm just going to do it anyway. I'm going to see this through. And I ended up singing one song because it was near the end and they didn't have time for us to do 3. So we did one song. And it went well. And I said to myself, wow, just think if I didn't try. Just think if I didn't do it. And so that's why I wanted to encourage you to just do it anyway. Even if you're afraid, even if you don't think that it can work, do it anyway. Now I have some takeaways. First of all, let me give you a couple of quotes. First, do your best and God will do the rest. Now this was something that a divine message that came to me, and I think that it really applies because you do what's in your control. Prepare yourself, make sure you're ready, but other than that, it's out of your hands. You just have to give it up to God. The outcome is out of your hands. You don't know one way or next. And there's another quote: you cannot wait for the perfect time because there may be no such thing. Sometimes you must dare to jump. So, and I saw that today on Twitter, and I said, wow, that totally pertains to this situation because it's not always going to be perfect. It's not always going to be the right time, or you know how you may be like, I'm kind of the type of person like, oh, all the ducks has to be in order, everything has to be in a row, but it's not going to always be that way. Especially if you did your best. You just have to go for it. You have to just see it through. And I had this worst case scenario in my mind. What if I make a fool of myself? Even though I don't feel like the songs are 100%. I had all these things, and it was nothing like what. Oh, thank you for the kiss. It was nothing like what I thought. It actually was positive. Everything was positive. The song went well. The band, the person who auditioned me enjoyed the performance. She asked for my phone number. She told me, she gave me some good feedback. So all of the things that I thought was gonna be horrible was not. All of that, all that fear and all of that self-doubt was for nothing because it was so positive on so many levels. Like I met some good people, made some connections, just the fact that I saw it through and I didn't give up and I didn't stop and I didn't, because honestly I was thinking, oh, you know what, why don't you just leave? I almost left the audition, and I'm so glad that I didn't. And so I wanted to encourage you that if it's something that you want, if it's something that you're trying to go for and you have that self-doubt, just work through it. Just do it anyway, because you never know what could come of it. You never know who you can meet. You never know who sees you and who may, even if you don't get that one thing, somebody else might recommend you for something later, or you might meet someone who can put you on the right path. So I just want to encourage you to go for it anyway. Do it anyway. Even if you make a mistake, you know what, you can learn from that mistake and use that knowledge to do better. So I just that basically, this is a tip just to say, don't worry about it, do it anyway. So tomorrow I'm going to be back tomorrow. I have a special guest on the show. Her name is Roxy Siegel. She is a stylist. So we're going to go back to the image, because we've been talking about image, and that's the section we were on. But I just wanted to, today was a little deviate a little bit from that, because I really wanted to stress the fact that you have to push through that fear and that self-doubt, because sometimes it's unwarranted, sometimes it's unnecessary, but you just have to push through it anyway. And you'll be amazed at yourself. You'll be surprised. You never know what you can achieve if you just try. Sometimes it's just a matter of showing up. If you just show up, you never know what could happen. So I really wanted to stress that, and that's the I have some points too, some takeaways. Sorry, I have my little notes here. So the first takeaway was, do your best and God will do the rest. Do your part and do what was in your control, and everything else, let it go. Put it in God's hands. Number 2, I'm sorry. No matter what happens, see the process through to the end. Never ever give up. Don't stop yourself. Just do it. You never know what. Oh, thanks for the hearts. Yes, exactly. Just don't give up. The third takeaway is, don't focus on the outcome. Just do your best and let it go. Because sometimes, I had a tendency to do that. Like, for instance, this audition, I wanted it so bad. Oh, thank you. It's like a fuchsia color. Appreciate that. But I wanted it so bad that, sometimes it would make me nervous. So I say, don't focus on the outcome. Just focus on the task at hand, what you have to do to get ready. Celebrate your success is another point. Acknowledge when you succeed. Just the fact that I made it through that self-doubt and fear, and I did it anyway, to me was a success. Whether I get the job or not, I hope I get the job, but whether I get the job or not, it was a success. Just the fact that I did not, because I honestly, the little voice in my head, that little saboteur voice said to me, you know what, why don't you just leave? You don't need to do that. I was hearing the other singers, and I was like, but I did it anyway, and it was, thanks for the hearts. Yeah, I did it anyway. So I want to encourage you, do it anyway. Even if you have those thoughts in your mind, like, I don't think I'm ready. Just do it anyway. And then I have move on and prepare for the next opportunity. Because sometimes we can get so caught up in our success and we just kind of get lazy and comfortable. No, this is the time to, thank you. Yes. You know what? Sometimes it can be strong. That saboteur voice, sometimes it's kind of mean, mean-spirited. But yes, exactly. And I encourage you too. If you ever have those doubts in your mind, you ever have that thing to tell you, you know what? I don't think you need to do that. Don't even listen to it. Just keep it moving. Ignore it. Whatever you have to do, but do it anyway. And that's the best revenge against that voice, is to do it anyway. And you know what? It was a success. So all of the worst case scenarios that voice was telling me never happened. It was actually the opposite. I made connections. I had a good audition. The song went well. The person who auditioned me was impressed. She had actually seen me sing before, so she knew I could sing, but I still, and I showed up. Number 1, to show up. Sometimes it's just a matter of showing up. I'll give you a perfect example. Last summer, I was in the Make Music New York festival, and it's every year they do this. Oh, hi, nigger. You didn't have to do that. Okay. Anyway, that's terrible. But so I was in this Make Music New York festival, and I was at what's the name of that? What's the name of it? Mist. Yes, sorry. Mist in Harlem. And there were a couple of people that didn't show up. And I was one of the artists that showed up. And I actually got photographed from a professional photographer. And the photos were on you could Google, I forgot, Getty photos, whatever. It was a famous Can I hear you sing? Oh, you really want to hear me sing? Okay, I'll sing a little something for you. But so they were on Getty Photos. I forgot the name of that site, but anyway, it's a famous site, and if I didn't show up, I wouldn't have made that. So I'm just saying, you got to show up. And the last point is move on and prepare for the next opportunity. So once you acknowledge that success, oh, thank you, oh wow, you heard my CD, I appreciate that. Once you acknowledge your success, now let's get ready for the next one. Keep it moving. Don't rest on your laurels, because sometimes you can get complacent and you can get stuck, So, acknowledge your success, but now it's time to get ready for the next one. So that is my takeaways for today. I wanted to announce tomorrow I'll be back on again in the evening. I'm going to be interviewing a stylist. Her name is Roxy Siegel here in New York City. And she actually styled my CD, Moments in Love, and she's a wonderful hairstylist. She does clothing and styles, and so she's the expert for this image section that we're doing in Singing Tips. Today I just deviated a little bit, but we've been talking about your image. So we have an expert coming in tomorrow, and she's going to be sharing all about styles and tips, styling tips and all of that. So I'm really excited about that, because I can use some tips as well. Styling is not my strong suit, so I'm glad I'm bringing in an expert for that. So and I have a Facebook group called the Born to Sing Society. So if you want to connect with me outside of these singing tip shows, join the Facebook group, the Born to Sing Society, and you can share your music, you can share your ideas. I post positive music messages, I post information about my shows, so everyone is welcome to join, and that's a way of connecting. I have a blog, it's on Instagram, so BCM Sings is the Instagram page for Singing Tips. Click on the link, it takes you to the blog. Rawr, I'm a lion. Okay, interesting. On YouTube, can you join the group if you write? Yes, exactly. Yes, you can. Yes, it's for singers, songwriters, for artists. So we have artists of all different levels there. We have singers, we have songwriters. So of course, yes, definitely. Well, we're not even gonna go there with him. We're just not even gonna do it. I think I'm tapped out with that person. But yeah. So please join the group. It's for singers, songwriters, and share your ideas, share your music. I really want it to be a community of people collaborating and networking. So right now it's still growing, so please feel free to join. I'm on YouTube as well. Hi there. What is your name? By Jingling. Sorry, can't pronounce your name, but hello. I'm on YouTube, Benita Charles. So all the Singing Tips videos are on there, so you can go on there and see any past shows that you missed. But I had a request to sing, so I'm going to sing you out. I don't have my water with me, so bear with me. You were born for this. You were born to sing, sharing joy and love. Spread your mighty wings, be free and sing. So that's it for me. Thank you guys for joining me, and see you tomorrow night for Ask the Expert with Roxy Siegel, the stylist extraordinaire. And thanks you for the hearts. You guys are great. Oh, appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you. I really appreciate it. You guys are awesome. Thanks for being a great audience. I hope to see you again tomorrow night for the Ask the Experts show with Roxy Siegel. Thank you. You have a great evening, and thanks for being a great audience. You know what? You guys inspire me. So thanks a lot. I'll see you tomorrow night. If I can end this. Don't you hate this on Periscope when you... Sorry. Well, thanks for the heart. Oh, okay. I see. Thank you and have a good evening.